come lick with your boy, come late. Come and blow some trees with your boy, let's late. We can watch a flick if you're bored, come late. We can joyride and explore late. Baby, come lick with your boy, come late. Come and blow some trees with your boy, let's late. We can watch a flick if you're bored, come late. We can joyride and explore.
You're now tuned into Linked Up with Lux.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Lux, and today's episode is called Zero Accountability. I don't know why I always meet people who just don't take accountability in how their actions contributed into how things turned out being, and people were just blind. They can do no wrong. Don't you dare try to say that they're the reasoning why things didn't work out. Don't you dare try to, put it on them, because some people simply just can't reflect. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I am always the one to take accountability. Me personally, depending on the situation, sometimes I take accountability after the fact. At least I can admit that. I can reflect, I can think, I can be like, you know what? Things shouldn't have turned out that way. I can understand how things might have appeared to be one-sided because I was just so stuck in this mindset due to whatever it is that kind of had me really ready to die on that hill. But it's just when you can't come to a mutual agreement with two people, it makes things very difficult. But accountability is not just about relationships. It comes down to personal choices as well, because a lot of the time we put ourselves into situations and then we want to cry victim after the fact when things happen, or when we're waiting on something because of something we did. Like, I hope it doesn't turn out bad. I hope it's not permanent. I hope that it's reversible, just due to us lacking accountability in our own personal choices. And it's a scary world out here to be playing that game, to be sitting here constantly taking chances. And a lot of people, you guys think you're invincible. You think you're always going to get a second chance. But guess what? Your second chance is not your second chance anymore. This is your third chance. This is your fourth chance. Sometimes it's even your 50th chance, and you just think you're so invincible. Like, well, things didn't really turn out too bad last time, so I'm gonna try my luck again. Or, I'm gonna just try to, just do it, and, nothing happened, so we're just gonna take a chance here. But it's like, you have to take accountability and actually be able to grow up, reflect, and understand that neither of us are invincible. And that's just a general remark. Apply it to wherever in your life that might apply to. It's just, we don't take accountability. You either you're crying to somebody else, talking about how horrible your life is and how things aren't fair and how you weren't born with a silver spoon. But it's like, I get it, your life is hard, but what are you doing to change your circumstances? Because every time someone tries to recommend something to you, you always have a counter attack against it. Oh, well, I don't have a job. All right. So have you been applying? You're constantly defensive. Oh, well, it's so hard to find a job. If it was that easy, I would have. Okay, understood. Okay, well, did you try going to a temp agency? What do I look like working at a temp agency? They don't even pay well. Okay, well, any pay is better than no pay, but understood. My bad for trying to at least, explore and exhaust all of your options, well, your bills are coming up. You want to borrow some money. Oh, you can't let me borrow some money. I was always there for you. Take accountability for your own life. Your life sucks because of either A, your choices that put you in this predicament, B, your unwillingness to actually try to get yourself out that hole, or C, you're just stuck and you're lazy. Let's just keep it real. I'm tired of seeing grown people. When you're young, that's one thing. You're still young. You gotta mature. You gotta experience life. But I'm tired of seeing these old people crying like They're not freaking 25, 26, 27, 30, 40, 50, crying and playing victim. My life is the way it is. I don't know what I can do. It sucks. I just wish that people weren't so entitled and they make it hard for me. No, you make it hard on yourself because you gave up on yourself. Well, you don't know my life. You don't know my circumstances. You're absolutely right. You don't know what I went through. I don't have family that can help me out. Okay, that might be true. But at the end of the day, you're putting more energy into crying and complaining and all of that when you can literally be trying to think of ways to make money. Well, that's easier said than, you know what? You go ahead and keep crying and keep playing victim and keep having your hand out. But I promise you, if I was in a situation where I really didn't have it, I would be trying to exhaust all of my options. And I get it. Some people have circumstances that necessarily don't give them that full freedom. Rather, you got kids, maybe you got a disability, maybe you're injured, maybe it's just something going on with you, and you just can't necessarily get out there how you want to get it. I get it. I get it. But understand, nobody on planet Earth owes you a thing. And I would rather go ahead and put my energy instead of moping around into trying to find a way out, of trying to change my circumstances, or just whatever the case may be, over just sitting there crying and moping around all day, you know? But you have to understand, a lot of the time, the way that your life is the result of your choices. And if you are in a really bad situation for whatever reason, is it because of your choices? And no judgment. Is it because you just thought you were invincible, so you were just doing whatever? You took no accountability in your body and your health, or in your last relationship or marriage or whatever, and you lost something good? All of that plays a key factor. If you were once up and now you're down, why is that? You know, did you once have a good partner and you no longer do because the relationship is gone or they walked away? Why is that? Were you too busy trying to entertain a bunch of different people when you actually had someone who loved and cared for you and was willing to support you and motivate you, and you took them for granted? Think about it. But in your mind, you're not going to reflect and take accountability and be like, well, my actions contributed to me losing a good person or a support team. Not even just relationships. It can be friendships. It can be family. Whatever it is, your choices can definitely alter what the outcome of your life will be. Did you have people who were supportive? Did you have people that believed in you? You know, did you treat them poorly? Did you do something grimy? What was done to make those people no longer be in your life? And that's not to say, oh, you have to depend on people, but sometimes when you meet people that are just so down and they swear everybody is against them and they think the world is just so bad and nobody likes them and no one wants to support them, how did you get in that situation? How did you get in that situation? You got to be mindful of how you treat people. You have to be mindful for how your choices, your words affect others and how they can affect your future life. A lot of people don't want to take the time to think about that or admit that. And hey, no one's forcing you. It's life. But you can't be sitting around crying about your circumstances when you are the reasoning why things are the way they are. Did you just walk out that job and know you had nothing, lined up because you were in your feelings about a remark your coworker made? Did you leave that relationship because, like I stated before, you were too busy thinking you were so fly and a player and you will always be desirable? So you literally took advantage of the only person that actually believed in you? You have to think about that. You have to think about it, because at the end of the day, you need to reflect on how your choices put you in this situation. You don't have no money? Why don't you have any money? Do you claim you got a bunch of bills and a bunch of debt? How did you get yourself in that situation? Why do you have a bunch of, things that you need to pay? Why are your credit cards maxed out? Because I had to survive. I had to do what I had to do. It's not an excuse. You were irresponsible, regardless of anything. Well, how else was I supposed to pay for this? That's all your personal business. But at the end of the day, take accountability and be like, hey, I'm the reasoning why this is why it is. I spent that money on those cards. I didn't save any money. But people want to cry victim and say, well, the only reason I had to spend this money is because this person, this and this. Hey, you can sit there and cry all day about what other people did, what they should have did, what they would have did if they didn't do this. You can cry all day about that. But where is that going to get you? Truly think about it. Where is that going to get you? Because one thing, you cannot change the past. The past is done. It's over. I get it. People do messed up stuff that might alter and influence certain things in your life, but you can't change the past. If you're holding on to a grudge and you're constantly thinking back to, well, this person did this and my ex did this and I was once this, take accountability. Take control of your life. Take control again. Take charge. I'm not saying you have to forgive. I'm not saying you even have to forget, but move on. Stop letting things from the past bring that negativity into your life to the point where it's clouding your judgment, where you feel like everyone is out to get you. You're grown, and you made choices. We all have made choices. You've lost people in your life because of your choices. You lost opportunities in your life because of your choices, but you have to have full clarity in what you're doing, and you have to think about what you're doing and how it can affect your future, because I promise you, all of the positive things that you could be doing with your time, probably from your past, you didn't take advantage of that because you were probably doing all of the stuff that you knew was bad for you. You were probably smoking, you were probably drinking, you were probably doing drugs, all personal choices, no judgment. But how did that influence your situation? How did that influence your surroundings? Were you out here messing with this person and this person and this person and this person and this person, and now you're like, oh man, like you got, all these kids, or, you got something that you can't get rid of. It's things like that if you just took a moment before you put yourself in those situations, I promise you, whatever you're crying about right now and playing victim and just mad at the world, it's a result of your choices. Your choices. And I'm learning that myself. Life can be so simple. Now, a lot of things cannot be changed, but what you can do today is take control of your life and make it the best you can from now until you die. Because if you continue to be down and reflect on the past, you're always going to have that negative energy, and it's going to drain you forever. You can't change the past. Take control and think about things before you do them. It's your boy Lux. I'm out.